Hello students, today I'm going to show you how to pull a photo through some text and kind of give it a little bit of flair. The first thing that we want to do as always is copy our background layer, and the next thing I want to do is I want to go to my text tool, select a rather bold font like Impact, and you may have to figure out what size works for you. It depends on how large your image is to begin with. Again, what you might want to start with is changing your image size to 1000 pixels so that the rest of this will work properly. So then you can go to 250 point font. I just click there, and I am going to write the word laughing, if I can spell it correctly. And then I move and center that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control T, and I'm not only going to angle this over where they're actually laughing, but I'm actually going to stretch this text a little bit as well. And I don't mind that it might cut off just a bit. So I want to kind of cover their laughing with my text. The next thing I want to pull that layer in between my two layers. I'm turning off the eyeball off of the background layer, and I'm going to do this thing where I hold down the Alt key and take a look at how I get kind of an arrow with two circles here, and I click so that now I have pulled just a portion of the picture through the word laughing. Okay, but we're not done here yet, because while this looks interesting, we want to add a little depth to it. So while we're on the text layer, we are first going to add a bevel and emboss, and just use the default. Go back over, and we're going to use a drop shadow, again using the default. And from here, what I want to do is we're going to duplicate this background layer, the one with the little arrow next to it. We're going to duplicate that one a second time, but now I'm going to pull that one underneath my text layer. So that way I can still see the laughing kind of beveled and embossed over top of the image as well as the image itself. Now, to make sure that laughing still kind of stays prominent on this other background layer, we're going to go to Filter and Blur, and we're going to go to Radial Blur, and we're going to select the Zoom method. Good. I imagine you could do the spin. That one might make you a little bit dizzy. We're going to use the Zoom method and good, and I actually just kind of want to position this roughly where they are laughing so that their faces are kind of in focus while the rest of it is blurred. So I'm going to click OK. And just to add one final touch to this object, I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, and Brightness and Contrast. I'm going to bring my brightness down just a little bit, but increase my contrast just to kind of give the picture a little bit more oomph. So with that, a very quick and easy way to pull a photo through text. And then, if you want to re-add the background, you just can duplicate that layer underneath and add a neat effect of any sort. I imagine you could desaturate, you could blur in a different direction, anything that you might choose to give a neat effect to a picture. So again, you must do this on my picture and then one of your own. Good luck.